Hey guys, it's Mirin and welcome back to my channel. And today we are cooking baked sushi. So before we start, as always, go click the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you get updated with my new vlogs every week. So today we are cooking. Yes, it's something new in my channel and I haven't done a cooking video for the first time. And I'm also introducing a new series of these videos where I'll be cooking quarantine foods or QuarantEATS, which are those famous Facebook, Twitter, TikTok foods that I'm just dying to taste. So for today, we are cooking baked sushi, which has been very trending in Facebook and I've been seeing it also in TikTok. So that's enough of the talking and let's start cooking. So here are the ingredients that you need. So first, you need your rice. So it can be whole grain rice or Japanese rice depending on your preference. You need wakame or seaweed for you to season your rice. For additional flavor, you will be needing rice wine vinegar or mirin. For your protein, you will be needing kani or fake crab and tuna and salmon cuts, so it can be frozen or freshly chilled. For your cheese sauce, you need corn starch, whole milk, but I only have non-fat milk, so that's what I used, cream, cheese, preferably the quick melt type, and butter. For your seasoning, you need the following: Japanese mayo, preferably the QP mayonnaise, pepper, salt, sesame oil, and cayenne pepper. For your toppings, you need pre-cut nori strips, and the most important is that you have salted seaweed, the packaged kind that you can find in the supermarket. To prepare your rice, measure 3 cups of rice and wash it with water until the water is clean. Then add 2 cups of water for every cup of rice and add your wakame for your seasoning. Then put it in the rice cooker, or if you're using a pot, cook it for at least 20 minutes. While your rice is cooking, go ahead and preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. Once your rice is ready, go ahead and get 3 to 4 cups of your prepared rice and add 3 tablespoons of mirin or rice wine vinegar. This will give it a stickier consistency similar to sushi rice. And then add 1 tablespoon of sesame oil to give it a better seasoning and earthy flavor. Mix all of your ingredients together thoroughly and make sure that the rice is sticky such that it would clump together. Then put your rice in a 9x5 pan or whatever baking pan you have at home. Brush a thin layer of oil on your pan so that your rice will not stick when it is cooked in the oven. Place your rice on the baking pan and make sure that the rice is at least 50% of the height of your baking pan. Using a spatula, flatten out the rice, making sure that it is one smooth level. Once done, put it aside and let's move on with our protein. So for this recipe, we will do it 2 ways with Salmon Kani and Tuna Kani. First up, we will be cutting the salmon. If your salmon has skin, put it aside as we will fry that and use as toppings for our baked sushi later. Pat dry your salmon and add salt and pepper to taste. Cut it up into small cubes and put it in a bowl. Afterwards, get 6 pieces of kani and cut it into cubes. While putting it in the bowl, shrivel it so that it will become smaller pieces. Afterwards, add 1/2 cup of Japanese mayo and a dash of cream. Mix it all together and make sure that the salmon and kani are covered in your mayonnaise cream mixture. Once that's done, put it aside and we'll now move on to our Tuna Kani mixture. So this is just similar to your salmon, so just pat dry your tuna, add salt and pepper to taste, cut it in cubes, and then put it in the bowl. Afterwards, add 6 kani strips and cut them into cubes and shrivel it such that it will be in smaller pieces. Then add the same amount of mayo, which is 1/2 cup, and add a bit of cream and an added spice of cayenne pepper to give it a little kick. And mix everything thoroughly, making sure that your tuna and kani is covered with your mayonnaise. Once you're done, get your baking pan with the rice and start assembling the toppings layer. Start by putting your tuna kani mixture in one side of your baking pan and the other side put your salmon kani mixture. Smoothen out the layers using a spatula, making sure that the level of your toppings are the same. After that, go get your quick melt cheese and freshly grate it on top. Mix it all together so that the cheese is integrated well with the top layer. So for your final touch, go ahead and put your pre-cut nori sheets on top, and you can add other ingredients such as fish roe or rico, or for crunch you can add tempura flakes or potato crisps. Once that's ready, put it in the oven and let it cook for 15 to 20 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. And while that's cooking, we'll go ahead and prepare the sauces and fry your salmon skin. So frying your salmon skin is very simple. Just put some canola oil on the pan, enough to soak the salmon skin. When the oil is hot, put your salmon skin and cook it for around 2 to 3 minutes or until you feel that the salmon skin is crispy. Put it aside and put it on a tissue paper so that it will absorb all the excess oils. So put it aside and let's move on to our cheese sauce. For this, we'll be using a small pot. Make sure that your pot is hot before you add a little bit of butter in your pot. Mix the butter a bit and add 150 grams of your quick melt cheese and 1/2 tablespoon of cornstarch. Whisk it a bit and add 175 milliliters of milk. Put the pot on high heat and whisk the mixture continuously. Make sure that you melt your cheese so that you can achieve a smooth consistency. You can also add a bit of spice like cayenne pepper or sriracha if you want it spicy. When the mixture is boiling, put it aside and let it cool down. For your second sauce, we'll be making a spicy mayo sauce. For this, it's a simple recipe of 2 tablespoons of Japanese mayo, 1/4 teaspoon of sesame oil, and cayenne pepper or sriracha depending on your taste. Mix it up all together and you should end up with an orange sauce. Once done, put that aside and get your salmon skin and cut it into small bits of crunchy pieces. Then garnish that later when your baked sushi is done. Afterwards, go check on your sushi and make sure that it's already cooked. Bring it out of the oven and let it cool for a short while. And the next step is to get ready for the BRoll. That's it. That is the sushi bake. So this side has the salmon and this one has a spicy tuna. So let's just have a taste. So we're gonna use our spoon and get some. And we're gonna put some of our cheesy sauce. So this is it. It's dripping. So worth it. It took me about an hour to do this. And it's so good. So I hope you guys can make it at home. So that's the end of the video. Hope you guys like the video. And don't forget to subscribe. So see you in the next vlog, but for now, bye!